do a direct comparison, shall we, of Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. What do you need to know about these two leaders? We've been seeing a whole lot of a caste fight. One is an Ahinda leader, voice of the Ahinda. Kuruba community, hails from the Kuruba community. DK Shivakumar, Vokkaliga community. Both extremely crucial for the Congress. But many would argue that Siddaramaiah is an OBC face that the Congress cannot afford to upset right now. Then you have also a face-off for the High Command to think of someone who's a veteran administrator versus someone who's been a master strategist. So the challenge here is for the Congress to figure out who they're reliant more on. Siddaramaiah as an administrator or DK Shivakumar as that party strongman who's come in to handle and put out so many fires for the Congress beyond just Karnataka. Then, of course, the fact that both of them come with huge experience, a 9-time MLA versus an 8-time MLA. Here's where the track record kind of, joins up. And despite the fact that Siddaramaiah is a veteran leader, DK Shivakumar has also pulled his muscle, pulled his weight as far as performances go. And then, of course, as far as titles, is a chief minister versus the Karnataka Congress chief. Important to highlight here, mind you, the reason we've put this comparison is because the Karnataka Congress chief is also an extremely important position for the party. They can't afford to, upset DK Shivakumar in any way. They're hugely reliant on him. If you look at really the age factor, 77-year-old versus 63-year-old. Why am I highlighting this? Because Siddaramaiah has constantly spoken of retiring. Siddaramaiah has constantly spoken about how this is his last term. Whereas DK Shivakumar at 63 is counting on now taking over the party rank and file in the Karnataka Congress. And so one of his biggest arguments is this, that if Siddaramaiah at 77 is going to be retiring and I at 63 am going to take over, give me the reins now, so I can go ahead and set the stage for the next election for 2028. That's where it gets interesting. But that's a direct comparison that we're getting to you right now of Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. When you look at these factors, Naga, I just want to focus on one particular aspect here, the very first point that I spoke of. Kuruba leader versus Vokkaliga leader. And that OBC weightage that Siddaramaiah brings to the table, that perhaps is the biggest factor going in his favor.
That's absolutely true. Siddaramaiah not just consolidates the 7% OBC Kuruba vote bank, but also he consolidates the remaining Dalits, the SC and STs, and also the smaller chunk OBCs completely consolidate towards Siddaramaiah. That's his strength, right? He's been the champion of Ahinda vote bank for decades now, and that's exactly happened. If you see all the 14 seats of ST reserved constituency, all Congress MLAs have won all these 14 seats as well. And that's because of Siddaramaiah is what the local leaders feel. That's the strength that he brings in. But DK Shivakumar, like you mentioned, is a master strategist. When Madhya Pradesh MLAs came during the crisis, he extended welcome to them. He ensured that they are safe in Karnataka. Gujarat MLAs, when Mr. Ahmed Patel wanted to be the Rajya Sabha member, he ensured that they are safe in Karnataka. So he's also seemed to be known as a troubleshooter of the Congress party. That's his strength. And he's been a PCC president over the last 5 years. With his leadership, with the Siddaramaiah's leadership, both together have brought the Congress party to power in 2023. And the thumping majority, 136, is what they got. So Congress has, in a catch-22 situation, either do they go with ideological, a person who's ideological balance, or a person who can be a master strategist and give you that X-factor push to the party, which is already on oxygen right now.
Okay, let's get you more breaking news that's coming in. One of those, what we've just been speaking about, in fact, the caste factor. Now, importantly, you also see in pressure tactics by both sides here. Vokkaliga groups who've been advocating for DK Shivakumar as chief minister, and now OBC groups also getting into this chant. At 4 p.m, there's going to be a briefing by the OBC Association, and the clippage there is going to be very clear. Keep Siddaramaiah as chief minister. If you remove him, it will be seen as an affront to the entire community. That is no doubt going to be the message that will come in, but this is another pressure tactic, clearly. And the more the time the High Command takes, the more space you're going to be giving for these kind of rebellions, for these kind of pressure tactics, for these kind of power games. And that's why after the Vokkaliga groups now, Naga, you've got the OBC also kicking in. OBC groups saying, look, we can play that same game.
But that's absolutely true. At the end of the day, it's going to become OBC versus the Vokkaliga community. We heard the Vokkaliga Association president this morning, Mr. Srinivas, say that there would be a mass protest across Karnataka if DK Shivakumar is not made the chief minister very soon. And to counter that, the Ahinda or the OBC Community Association now has called for a press conference 4 p.m. Crucial press conference by the President, Mr. Ramchandrappa, has called for a press conference demanding that Siddaramaiah should not be removed. So it is association versus association, seer versus seer, and leader versus leader. So it has trickled down, this power play chaos has trickled down not just in Vidhan Sabha to the level or to the ground level as well, where associations of community have started to give statements against each other. Seers, who are known to be spiritual leaders, are giving statements against each other. So that's at stake here, because of both leaders coming from a dominant community in Karnataka. Both are politically dominant, Kuruba as well as the Vokkaliga caste. We've had Kuruba Chief Minister like Siddaramaiah previously, SM Krishna, Kumaraswamy, Devegowda, and VK Shivakumar now in the race as well. So both dominant communities are at fighting right now for the stake of Chief Minister chair.
It's all up for grabs. You know, the power, the title, everything's up for grabs. And like I said, it's because there's absolute silence from the High Command that all of this is being allowed to grow right now. There have been a whole lot of developments that have come in the last few hours in Karnataka. So many voices speaking out, so many sides that are emerging in this.